exchange rate regimes. So we have two main types of exchange rate regimes. So the first one is flexible exchange rate, and the second one is called fixed or pegged exchange rate regime. Flexible exchange rate regime, by its name, you can guess that there's no intervention by the government. So the value of the currency is determined by the demand and supply on the currency. So for instance, so if there's more demand on the US currency in the international markets, the value of the US dollar will appreciate. On the other hand, if there's less demand by international traders on the US currency, US dollar, so the US dollar will be depreciated. So there's no intervention by the government. This is what we call free floating exchange rate. There is a second type under flexible exchange rate, which is called managed float, which is still subject to demand and supply, but within a limit. So as you can see, the current system really is managed float exchange rate system in which governments attempt to prevent rate from changing too rapidly. So under managed float system, so this means the exchange rate can fluctuate, but within a limit, within a percentage, but still subject to demand and supply. So the second type of exchange rate regime is called fixed or pegged exchange rate. We have two different types of fixed exchange rate. The first one is called hard peg, and the second one is called soft peg. The hard peg means what? Means so the currency doesn't have its own currency. Example, the best example for the hard peg is Ecuador and El Salvador in South America. So these two countries use the US dollar. So this means by if you visit Ecuador and El Salvador, you don't need to exchange money because you can use the US dollar in those two countries. Soft peg means what? Soft peg means each country has its own currency, but the value of the currency doesn't fluctuate, doesn't go up and down based on demand and supply. The value of the currency is pegged to the US dollar. So this means if the US dollar appreciates, this local currency will appreciate, and vice versa. Example for the soft peg, there are many currencies over the world are pegged to the US dollar, especially in the Middle East. Like for example, Bahrain, Jordan, Lebanon, Qatar, also in Asia. Maybe the best example in Asia is Hong Kong. So Hong Kong is pegging its own currency to the US dollar. Foreign market intervention. So it means this is usually the best example here is the China, and the currency in China is yuan. So the Chinese yuan. So usually the bank in China or the government in China intervene in the foreign exchange market to lower the value of the Chinese yuan. Why this is the case? Because whenever the Chinese currency is low, so this means you can buy the Chinese export by a cheaper price. Okay, so this is the main idea of the foreign exchange market intervention. Thank you and so much. Bye-bye.